feel pulled to do these still now, and I will do it. Okay. Oops. Hey, Mom. Thank you. Ooh. That was even full refill. A couple fell out. Alright, so as I was about to shuffle, I split the deck in half, and this one kind of spoke to me, so I pulled it aside. It is the Phoenix, and that is it's transformation. And when you're forgiving yourself, you are opening your heart, and you're transforming. So, empower. Fire activation brings creativity and spiritual freedom. I've realized on my journey, as I forgave people, I had more room for myself, first and foremost. And then I also felt the power. You're bringing your power back to yourself instead of giving the power to the other person and almost feeling like they have to apologize so you can move on. If they don't apologize, you cannot move on. Instead of empowering yourself by saying, I know you hurt me. I understand you had your own reason. I do not need to understand that past that, because I am moving into a place where I am a better version of me, and I no longer need your validation to grow. I do not, what is that word? It just came to me and it left, I do not like when that happens. I do not need your permission to grow. I do not need your permission to live, to thrive. Okay, I am going to do this now. I was going to shuffle and... Okay, I'm going to shuffle and see if one falls out. I feel like there's one more. I had two flip out before I even started shuffling like that. I feel like there's one more actually. Okay, yep, okay. I feel like this is the rest. So these are the two that fell out. Tenderness, show compassion, and forgive what needs to be forgiven. Oh, okay, that works. It fits perfectly, yes. So, within forgiveness, like I said, compassion. It's very much part of it. And the more you forgive yourself, the more compassionate you are, the easier it is to forgive yourself for other things that were felt. There you go, that's the word I wanted. Okay. And antelope, new pathways. With forgiveness, I do feel like it does open up new pathways. It says consider whether you are happy on your current pathway. And when you're no longer shaming yourself, you're able to look at your life and see where you want to change. Sometimes when you forgive yourself for certain things, you can even let go of things you thought you never could that is not making you happy. It opens your heart. It opens your heart to the paths that feel right to you, so you're able to align yourself more instead of trying to fix yourself. There it is. These are the two that fell out afterwards. Grounding. Ground your energies and emotions deep into the earth. am on this journey, taking time to ground is important. It keeps you connected to Earth itself. It keeps you open to possibilities, and you're able to look at things from a perspective that's not just based in emotions. And I'm not saying it's facts, that's the answer, but I'm saying you're able to look at things in a more broad way instead of staying in that only word that keeps coming up is trauma loop, where you're like, well, they're bad because of this and this. And when you ground in the perspective, or you look at the bigger, you ground and look at the bigger picture, you could see, okay, yes, their actions were not kind, were not something I would like in my life. But that is something to do with them, and I am not here to tell people who are bad or good. I am here to live my life. So I'm going to step away and give them space to live their life. I do not need to hold any anger or resentment towards them, because I'm going to live my life the way I want to live it. So, and it's just what I'm getting from this. And then owl, which is sight, which kind of leans in on the grounding of what I just said, which says detach your emotions from the situation that you cannot control, which I said which so many times. You cannot control other people. You can't make them accountable. You can't make them. Boundaries are not for other people. They are for you. They are for you, for yourself to know what you would do in a situation. So if you say, I would not like talking about this subject. I love you, but this is a subject I'm not ready to talk about. I do not mind talking about it another day or later on, but give me time on the subject. Now, if they come a few hours later and starts to talk about the subject again, you have to say, hey, I'm walking away, and when I'm ready to talk about the subject, I will speak to you again. Because you cannot respect, because I do not feel like you, there you go, I changed it, you do not blame them. It's not worth it. I do not feel like you respect my boundaries, and I'm not in the mood. I do not want to deal with this energy at this moment. And walk away. If they do not like that, that is something they have to deal with. You cannot control how they feel. You cannot control other people. You cannot control the outcome. You cannot control their narratives. If you cannot forgive them because they look at you and judge you in a way that you don't like, you can't control that. You can say, I don't agree with your opinion, and leave it at that, but you can't control that. And instead, look at what you can control, as in, here's a good example. Someone I knew, someone I know, I don't really talk to them anymore because I walked in. I overheard them talking about me in such a dehumanizing way. I realized they didn't like me as a person. They liked to use me. They liked my energy and what I could do for them, but they didn't like me as a person. And I can't control how they view me, but I can control not allowing them in my life. Because it is fine, you do not like me as a person, but but I do not have to allow that energy in my life. There we go. Sometimes we have to focus on what we can do instead of what's wrong with the situation, what we can't control in the situation. I hope this helps. Just know that where you are enough. You'll be okay. I know it is hard, especially when you're changing your life and you feel like you're going from ground zero. But remember, there is a past that has wisdom for you, and you're not ever really at ground zero. But you have to first let go of what can't come with you. That's the best way to put it. And sometimes holding on to that energetic, even though they're not in your life anymore, sometimes holding on to the energetic feeling of them, or like that anger, whatever feeling comes up when you speak of them. Some past regrets or longing for them, whatever it is. I'm not here to judge. I'm not here to tell you how you're supposed to feel, but, whatever feelings you have to let it go, because you have a future and a present to live. I don't want to say have to let it go. It really is your choice at the end of the day, but if you're watching this video, you're probably ready to let it go, like I was ready to let it go. You are ready now. You are here exactly where you need to be, and you'll be okay. I feel like we should take a deep breath before I end this. It was 222 on the timer as I said that too. I was pulled 2 deep breaths. Whatever. 2 deep. I'm not even trying. But if you want to do another one, do another one. I thank you for joining me. I thank you for existing. Because without you, the sea would never be the same.